Final phase helps us understand the impact of the campaign and kind of tells us the so what. One of the core functions here is to help quantify the impact. It helps answer questions such as how did levels of awareness and consideration change as a result of being exposed to our campaign? And when they're expanded to our messaging, what kind of impact did that have on their attitudes and behaviors? Research in this phase is almost always quantitative in nature, and it's iterative, right? We're going to establish some benchmarks right before we start our campaign, and that's really a baseline that we want to use to compare subsequent waves. Once a campaign is up and running for a sufficient amount of time, we're going to go back into the field, we're going to run another wave, and we're going to track and compare. And we want to look for change in key metrics. So things like recall, consideration, attitudes, and behaviors. We want to see positive movement there. Um, but more than just positive movement, right? We want to look beyond those overall levels. We're going to want to look at our target segments and see, did we see the movement there? We can do analytical modeling on top of that to help show what are the specific things that are driving consideration and choice, and then look at where the media channels and sources are being most effective at reaching that target audience. So not just an overall look at movement, but then really narrowing down to your target and making sure that all your profiling's dialed in and where there's opportunity to improve things a little bit. And so insights from this phase are really about quantifying impact, but also revealing opportunities for refinement and future tweaking. So we're going to look to find positive shifts, but then also unpack details around the demographics and channels where we see the strongest movements. And then we can use that to fine tune subsequent media buys. We can also look at messaging content and the ideas that are resonating and connecting, and we can use that to fine tune some of the future messaging strategy.